Hi guys, Jordan from P&P Campers. I'm just going to be doing a handover video on this Devon Monte Carlo. It's based on the Renault Master chassis and it's a 61 plate, so that's 2011. So I'll just start here under the bonnet. So we've got over on the left hand side, we've got your air filter and washer fluid. Next door to that, we've got your brake fluid and servo. Engine oil filling point is up here at the top, nice and easy to get to. And your engine oil dipstick is this yellow topped one down here. Over towards the right, we've got the power steering fluid in this reservoir here, engine coolant, and then you've also got a positive terminal here for your engine battery. So if you wanted to jump start the vehicle, basically you've got a positive terminal here, and then it may or may not tell you where the best place is for an earth. No. So basically, if we just have a little look around, earthing point for starting the vehicle up, you could use this little hoist here on the side of the engine, or some sort of bracket down there. So anything like that, really. Anything that looks like it's got a decent sort of bit of metal on it will normally work as a nice earth. So yeah, there you go. So you have also got a fuses and relays box underneath this coolant pot. So if you ever need to get to any Renault related fuses and things, that's going to be the main one down there. So just inside the passenger door, you've got your bonnet release just down here on the near side. A little bit of storage underneath the passenger seat. Both of these front seats are swivel seats as well. So you've got the little red handle just here. They are the swivel handles. So basically, once you've got that swiveled round, you've then got your entire sort of dinette area in the back. Plenty of storage and bits and pieces in the front. These Renault Master cabs are normally pretty sort of hefty and bigger than usual. So yeah, you get loads of storage, and you're nice and high up, quite comfortable to drive. Okay, so just behind this, we've got your diesel filling point just inside here. So the diesel filling point is on the near side, and you do need to have this door open in order to open that up, because it closes it over. Okay, so your electric step comes out with this little switch just here. So that's working really nicely at the moment. Shouldn't get any issues with that at all. We've lubricated the edges, so you shouldn't get any problems. Right, so just down here next door to that is your fresh water drain off point. So if you've got any fresh water in the tank, you can literally just turn this 180 degrees and then it will drain all the water out from the fresh tank. You've got a full-size wind-out Fiamma awning up the top just there, and the handle for that is in the little overhead locker up here. I have got a video on the channel showing you how to use these Fiamma awnings. If you wanted to look at that, you can do. But yeah, very straightforward how you actually use them. So at the back of the van, we've got the LPG locker. So this is your gas locker. You've got space in here for two of these little 4.5 kilo propane bottles, or you could use butane if you wanted to. You would have to change the pigtail hoses and things, but yeah, so you've got that. You've got a little changeover valve in there as well, so if you wanted to have two in there at the same time, you can do. To turn the bottle on, if I get my hand in there, to turn the bottle on, we go anti-clockwise round to the left, and to turn the bottle off, we go clockwise all the way down around to the right. So your full-size table is just here with the bit just there to sit into these little circular bits, and I'll run you through the rest of the inside in just a minute. So on the off side of the van, we've got a couple of things to show you, so a few more lockers and stuff. So you've got your electric hookup point just inside here. So if you do have access to a hookup cable, always really handy to have that plugged in there. Next door to that, we've got your toilet cassette locker. So to take the actual cassette out, all you need to do is lift up on the little green tab just there, and that will allow you to take this cassette out like so. Once you've got it to here, you'll then be able to take the cassette all the way out, And then basically all you need to know from there is you drain this out from here, and when you're draining it out, you should be holding down the little green button at the back. You've also got above that a flush filling point. So this is where you put your pre-mixed pink fluid into, and that basically just allows you to use the flush inside the van. You have got a little gauge just here on the right telling you how far up your flush fluid is filled, so about halfway is absolutely perfect. So this next thing along here, this isn't any sort of, you can't open this or do anything with it, but this is the vent for your boiler. So if you've got the boiler lit up, you'll be able to feel hot air pumping out underneath this. And at the bottom just here, we've got your wastewater drain off point, which works exactly the same as the other side, but this is where you drain out your wastewater. Right, so if I just jump in the cab. So the cab itself, as I said, you know, you're sort of up quite high in here in these cabs. You know, it's super comfortable to be. The actual vehicle that we're in has literally only done 7,700 miles from new. So to be honest, it's barely been running. Still probably needs a really good drive to sort of get a few more miles on it. So we've got various sort of extras from standard in here. So we've got the TV unit up here. So this is basically a sat nav up here, which you can control various bits and pieces about it from down here. And I think this might have something to do with it as well, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. So we've got the 6-speed manual gearbox. Indicators and lights are from the left-hand stalk just here, and your washers and wipers are on the right. You've then got parking sensors from this switch just here, headlight adjustments. You've got the electric adjusting mirrors from here, and you've got your electric windows from there underneath. Everything is factory, all right? So everything that you see in here has been fitted from new. You've got the air conditioning switches from there in the middle, the original stereo, and then, as I said, you just got loads of storage all the way around, cup holders, little cubby holes. So it's a really well thought out cab. So yeah, there you go. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the back, shut those doors, and then I'll jump in the side and show you what we've got going on. So I'm going to leave the gas on so I can show you a few bits working inside. You have got, on these back doors, you've got these little catches here. So when you open the door up fully, it will close up on this little leather strap, but you've got these little caps. So you need to make sure that these are over like that before you're able to shut the doors. So if we do the same on this one. So I'm just going to jump in the sliding door on the side and just sort of show you what we've got going on. So first thing I'm going to do is run you through the control panel, and then I'll get through to the, you know, the other bits and pieces, the sort of more specific things. So the control panel itself is very easy to use. All you have to do to turn it on is press the little center button here. So I've just turned it off basically. So if I press it again, you see all of the lights come back to life, and then we can go through and have a little look at what we've got. So if I press to the right here, it's going to come through and ask us if we want the water pump on. So if I press this one, that then turns the water pump on, and I'll be able to draw water through to the tap. Okay, so that's how you turn the water pump on. Next one along, charge habitation. That's basically just selecting which battery is powering the back end of the vehicle, and also which battery is being charged up by the electric hookup if you have one plugged in. So for the majority of the time, you're going to want to leave that on habitation, because really the habitation battery is the one that we want to be powering the lights and being charged by the hookup. Clock, you can change the clock settings, alarm clock, sound level, you can turn that on if you want to, so it makes a noise when you press it. But that's that. So that's all the ones on, you know, if you scroll through to the right, that's all you can get to from there. When you press to the left, it then brings you up a whole different load of different sort of levels and things like that. So this one here, as soon as you press left, it's going to come up saying habitation battery good, vehicle battery level good, battery charge, again we don't need to do that one, internal temperature, fresh water level, and then we're back to the start. So basically, if I just show you again, pressing to the right gives us pump, and that's it. And then to the left is going to show us all the battery levels and water level. Basically, that's the main parts on that. So that's it. That's how you use the control panel. Super simple. And then when you want to turn it off, as I said, just press that button just there, and then all your 12-volt power has gone off. So that's the control panel. Windows are very, very simple to use. If I just show you one here on the side door, how this one works, you basically just undo these little catches here, and once you've done that, you can then open the window up on the latches. Easy as that. You've then also got fly screen that comes down from the top, and a blackout blind which comes up from the bottom. So that's the same on all the windows. So you've got this exact same window on this side, same windows at the back. Yeah, so you've got the same all the way around. So all uniform like that. So with the sort of kitchen area, you have also got the option of opening this up here, and that is sort of extends out your kitchen area quite nicely. This is very, very strong, so you don't have to worry about it sort of breaking or anything like that by putting things on it. So when it comes to the water side of the van, so the water system in general, you've got essentially, well, it's very simple how it works, but you need to make sure of one thing, which is to make sure that the boiler is definitely full. So before you start trying to light the boiler up and get the water hot, you do have to do one thing just to double check that it's definitely full up. And all that is just making sure that you get good pressure coming through the tap on hot and cold. So I'm going to start on cold. And turn the pump back on. Which way was it? That one. There you go. So you've got good pressure coming through the cold side. Turn it around to the hot now. And we've got good pressure coming through the hot. Okay, so if I just now make sure that the pump turns itself off as well, which it has done, now I'm 100% certain that boiler is full up of water. And the reason that I know that is because if I drew the water through on the hot side of the tap there and nothing came through, then I would, I'd be thinking, right, the boiler's empty and I need to fill it up. So the reason for that is the boiler is first in line for any of the hot water. So if the boiler isn't completely full, you will not get anything coming through the taps. It's just the way that these motorhomes work. So yeah, that's a really sort of easy way to just double check the boiler is definitely full before you start trying to, light the boiler up and get the water hot. Underneath that, we've got storage locker, and there's going to be cutlery drawer, I assume. Bit more storage in there, and again, loads more storage down the bottom. Right, so next door to that, we've got your cooker. So we've got the 4-burner hob. There is ignition for the 4 burners, the grill and the oven. So if I just show you how this works, literally just give that a little blow there, get it going around. So just like any household cooker, to be honest, it's no more difficult than that. Literally press this button in just there and it will light up with the ignition. If you want to use the grill, you should always have the door open, and that's from this little dial just here. And the oven is this one on the right hand side. Now you have also got a light for the oven, so if you turn this little switch on here above the ignition switch, you've got a light inside the oven. So, as I said, once you turn your control panel on there, you'll then be able to use your lights. You have also got skylight at the top just here, so this will push up nicely like so. I think this is a new one on here as well. So there we go. Right, so I'm just going to close these lids now. So I'm going to run you through how to use the fridge and the boiler in just a minute, but I'm just going to show you a few little sort of bits and pieces as well before I carry on. So towards the back just here, we've got the TV. TV aerial, literally just undo this little cap just here, and then you can push it up and tilt it and turn it wherever you need to put it. The TV aerial booster is here. You've got a little switch down here on the bottom right hand side which turns it on and off. You then got to the right of that in the same cupboard, we've got your solar panel. So this is a duo controller, which means that the solar panel is charging both engine and leisure batteries. So all the time that these two lights up here are flashing, it's telling you that there's power being put into it, basically. Or actually, I just read there, look, so green flashing means that the batteries are full. So, I mean, it's been quite a sunny day today, and a few sunny days in a row now, so not surprised really that it's charged it right up. Down here underneath this seat, the reason I've got this seat up like this is so that I can just show you, put that bit forward, so I can show you what we've got down here. So basically we've got the fuse panel down there and relays, water level sensor box. They have to have one of those boxes really. And the thing on the right just there with the cover is your mains trip switches. So all of your sort of 12 volt fuses and trip switches are down here in this cupboard. So I just thought I'd point that out to you just so you can see where that was. In the wardrobe, this chain here basically just stops it from staying open. You got a clothes hanger inside there. The silver screens for the cab are in there as well. Box for the telly and all your paperwork inside this brown box here as well. Okay, so the fridge itself, this is a Dometic fridge and it's a three-way fridge, so it works three different ways. Essentially, to turn it on, you just press this power button on the left-hand side, and then you've also got another one that you can press, which is mode. So if we just press this a few times, it's going to take us through the three different energies. Okay, so basically at the moment, the only one I can use is gas, so I'm going to leave it there on the bottom one for gas, and it should light itself up and just do its thing. If it doesn't light up, you will get a little red flashing light telling you that it hasn't lit. All you have to do in that situation is just turn it back on, or turn it off and back on again, and that's it. So if you've got a mains cable plugged into the vehicle, you would be up here at the top on the mains, and if your engine was running, you would be down here in the middle for 12 volt. So the idea behind these fridges is that you have to pre-cool them first, either on the gas or the mains, before you drive off. The 12 volt function is only really for keeping the fridge cold whilst you're driving. It's not really powerful enough to get the fridge cold by itself. So really important that you make sure that you pre-cool it before you leave. Otherwise, you're not likely to have anything cold inside the fridge when you get to where you're going, which would be a bit of a pain. So that's how you use the fridge. Nice and simple on this one. All sort of electric. You haven't got to do anything with the gas in order to actually get it to work. And then you've just got your temperature selector on the right, basically. So you can just adjust the temperature from there. And there you go. So if I press and hold here on the left, power goes out, and that is the fridge completely off. Okay, so for the boiler itself, you've got a few different options on this. So you've got the Truma Combi boiler. So the Combi, the way that when they say Combi, they don't mean like instant hot water, like a household Combi boiler. It's not like that. What they mean by it is that it will do your heating and your hot water. All right, so the same one unit does both heating and hot water. So because of the Combi E, you've also got the option of using it on gas or electric. Sorry with my shaky hand there, I'm trying to keep it still. So yeah, you've got the option of gas or electric. So basically, This one just here at the bottom that says, or in the middle here that says combi, is the actual selector for the boiler. So telling the boiler what you want it to do, whether that's heating the van up or heating the water up. Okay, so if I just show you how to use that first of all. So if we go down once, we've got heating only. Down 2 is heating and hot water at the same time. Up 1 or up 2 is just hot water only at either 40 or 60 degrees. Okay, so essentially this one in the middle that just says combi is the one that's just telling the boiler what you actually want it to do. Okay, we've then got this little red switch here. Now this red switch is an isolator for the mains. Okay, so if you've got the electric hookup plugged in and you want to use the heating and the hot water on mains, you do have to have this switch turned on. And then at the top, we've got the actual energy selector. So I like to remember it as Combi E, as in Combi Energy, and that's going to tell the boiler what energy to use, whether it be gas or electric. So whatever we've told the boiler to do here is completely irrelevant to this one. This one is just basically telling the boiler what energy to use. So where it is at the moment in the middle, just here, is gas only. So at the moment, if I was to select hot water, it's going to be heating the water up inside the boiler, and it's going to be doing it via gas. Okay, if I didn't have any gas, but I did have the electric hookup plugged in, I could go up 1 or up 2 on the energy selector, which is either 4 or 8 amps of electricity, and then I could select whatever I wanted to again. Okay, it's going to give us a little fault code there because we haven't got the electric hookup plugged in. We've then also got at the top here, we can go down 1 or down 2, which, as you can probably imagine, is gas and electric with either 4 or 8 amps. So you can, if you're in a real hurry for it and you've got the electric hookup plugged in and you've got gas, you can use them both at the same time if you want to. So hopefully that makes sense how to use that. You know, sometimes to explain it can sound a little bit you know, a bit difficult, but actually once you've tried it a few times, it's very simple. So the last thing to sort of run through is going to be the bathroom here. So you've got a little door here that comes across like so into this little gap, like that, and that sort of closes off the bathroom area to the front. So sink area, so you've literally got a hot and cold tap inside here. This is a whale unit. You'll notice as well there's no drain inside the actual sink itself. The reason for that is that you drain it out down the middle just there, and it pours down the back of this, and there's drains either side of this unit. The toilet itself is normally the only part that I actually run through in the vans, to be completely honest. You know, the rest of it's normally pretty self-explanatory. So what I'll do is I'll just sort of, it's so simple how you use these. So basically you've got the little pulley just here which opens the flap into the cassette. Okay, so that opens and closes that flap there. You've then got a flush button. So if I press this blue button here, flush fluid pumps around, and then you would drain it into the cassette. You do need to make sure that you push this handle back over. If you don't put that handle back over again, you will not be able to take the cassette out from outside because it'll be locked in place. And there we go. That is the bathroom. So just make sure that you've put these little clips over everything, otherwise it will make a racket whilst you're driving. To release this little extendable piece, you've basically got, let me just have a little look, little pulley just here, and that will then just basically drop that down. So pull this, and that drops down. You've got a little clip just there. So, I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. I don't think I've missed anything out. But if you think I've missed anything out or want anything else going over, then just let us know. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much.